Hello everyone. This one is I'm actually gonna do a voiceover because people keep asking. I'm so sorry. I'm just doing my written posts from social media and putting them on here. But I might explain this one a little bit more because it's quite in depth, quite complex, and I think people need to kind of get their heads around it. And maybe I can assist by talking about it as well as the posts that I'm going to put up. So, the narrative that we've been sold for decades and decades goes beyond this duo, and it goes beyond the current affairs of the royal family, in particular the news of Kate and or PSYOP, because I believe that is so. Because there are many things that have been hidden from us that we don't know, that are now coming to light. And one of the main, if you use your critical thinking, and I don't want to say that in a condescending way, please don't think I am, but there are things you've got to think about, and there are PR strategies that have been rinsed and repeated. For example, you can use the use of Nut's whole identity construct and her coming into the royal family is the same as, of course, Wallace Simpson. So that was tried and tested prior as a distraction during World War II, more than likely due to the monarchy's affiliations with the Nazis, and also British agent Hitler, who was, trained in the UK in the early 1900s to be the leader of the Second World War. And there's also the People's Princess, which first started with Princess Diana and has then moved forward onto Catherine or Kate. And I need to let you know that is not, it's not real. For one, it's a branding strategy, it's a PR strategy, a communication strategy, and it's a brainwashing and it's deception. And there are things that are hidden. For example, Kate's lineage on both her mother's side and her father's side are in direct relation to the royal family. And more than that, they're in direct relation to the black nobility, which is in charge of the royal family. And that runs the Crown Templar, the City of London, Bank of England, that invaded UK and the monarchy in the late 1600s, and established their banking system, the Black Nobility Roman Empire banking system, which now rules our world and has done so since the late 1600s, through the so-called Commonwealth and so-called monarchy. And that is with every intention. This is every woman a part of the royal family is selected, and the bloodlines have been mixed since that time, due to the British Empire, or the British monarchy slowly turning into the Roman Empire. It was already, through its banking and so forth, but by bloodline, with the 13 black nobility families. And that's done through Kate's mother, Carol Goldsmith, Goldschmidt, or Goldsmith, who their family was interbred with the Rothschilds, which is also the Bowers, which is a Bauer. The Bauer family is a black nobility family from ancient Rome that have been there, obviously since the test of time. And then you have on her father's side the tyrant who governed Guernsey, Sir Thomas Layton. So this is where the Middleton money comes from. It's not to do with I don't want to swear, a party business. I mean, that's just absolutely ridiculous and absurd. This family comes from either side. Kate Middleton comes from Roman bloodlines and royal bloodlines. So that's why she was selected, not out of love with the heir, but out of pure selection to be the princess. And also that's why, when you think about it, if you go back to Princess Diana, she was selected due to the fact that...
They got a finance curse.
Is it
understandable not wanting a replication of what happened in 2008?
Has the UK got a finance curse?
Is it a trick question? Because the UK doesn't have finance. The City of London has, and it's not part of the UK.
Good answer. Good answer. It's international, he's right.
The City of London is outside the United Kingdom. Do you know that? It's really shocking. And therefore it's also not part of the EU, which explains although it couldn't be part of the EU because you have to have democratic elections, and the City of London doesn't, right? It's the banks that have the votes, right?
Right.
Per staff, the
voting system. I never knew
that. How do you start unpicking this puzzle?
I never knew that. That's a very useful piece of information.
And of course, it's not part of the...
It's a pretty dangerous piece of information.
And it's not part of the UK because the Queen is not allowed to enter without permission. She's not the sovereign, therefore it's not part of the UK. And of course, that's since 1688.
I have to make a note.
Since the foreign invasion.
There you go, David. That dinner you're going to tonight.
Princess Diana comes along with Fergie, by the way, and Camilla. They're all related. They're all cousins. They're all direct descendants of Charles II. And Charles II is a grandson to Marie Medici. So the Medici family, the black nobility family. But more than that, she's related to all bloodlines, including Bourbon of Spain, and yeah, it's because of the interbreeding of these families. She's connected to pretty much all of them. So she's, she was a pure bloodline, and along with that, she also was related to. Was related to Churchill, the Marlborough dynasty. The Marlborough dynasty and Churchill, John Churchill was the man that was backed by black nobility and the Vatican, the Pope, to help William of Orange usurp the British throne in the late 1600s. And then with the financial backing and the know-how of the Italian banking system, the black nobility supported or aided John Churchill to create the Bank of England. And then by a little later, around 1694, I think it was, the William of Orange, of course, brought back the City of London, which acts as a Vatican state. It's pretty much, they've got the same structure. They operate the same way. They have their own governance. They are independent of the UK, of the king. They're completely sovereign, probably the only sovereign thing there is in the Commonwealth, and independent internationally. And they run the entire banking system of the world, and also all the tax havens and et cetera, and it's all for profiteering. So the laws that the usual banks go through here are not applied there. So there you go. And so when you think about that, you think about Princess Diana having that bloodline. And then on the other side, you know, obviously having Prince William, the heir, and then him marrying also a woman of a very, well, pretty much the same bloodline. It strengthens ties. But what's more important is if or when Prince William sits on the throne, he will be the first living descendant of Charles II, grandson of Marie Medici, to be on the throne. And it would go full circle where the monarchy is now symbolically representing the Roman Empire, and then going forward, Prince William's or King William's children and heirs would be a Roman aristocracy. So we've been duped for a very long time. This story, this facade of no one being, it being love and the commoners people, these princesses and the people's princesses, is just, it's just silly. It's just crap.